Castillo. Today we're gonna do the topic about what makes life interesting. We're gonna share our ideas and opinions about what makes our life interesting. So the key vocabulary for the session is stability, adventure, interesting, personality, charisma, passion, routine, and spontaneous. So, do you have an idea of, or do you have any questions about the vocabulary, or you have all clear? All clear?
Yes, miss, all clear for
All
my.
clear? Okay, perfect. Thank you, Wilder. Andres, all clear?
Yes, teacher.
Perfect. So we're gonna continue. I have the first question for you. Is life better with stability or adventure? Do you think it's better to be with the feet on the floor, or do you think it's better to just be like a butterfly and go everywhere? What do you think?
I think that the life is better with adventure because one someone have fun and yes, the adventure is interesting for mine and to wake up and to have an adventure is excited, is emocionante. And because when the life is stability is bored, aburrida. And that
Yeah,
I think that is
it's boring. Yeah, I would say life should have its stability, but how can I explain that? Like the decisions that you take in your life gotta be stable. Like you're not gonna take decisions to say, Juppie, let's see what's gonna happen. I mean, sometimes, yeah, but something that is good in your life should be stability so you could have a little bit of balance in your life. You could actually just move around and taste the taste the circumstances. But what makes life funny or what makes life interesting to live is adventure, because of the decisions that you take are just let's try this, but you gotta make a plan for this. If this goes wrong or this goes right, what will be the consequences, right? So I would say there gotta be a balance between stability and adventure. Like it's not just adventure you will or just stability. Should be both. Must be both. Andres, what do you think?
I agree with you, teacher. It's important the balance of stability on an adventure.
Mm, yeah, correct. And what do you think? Uh, s- what makes you interest on someone? What's the first thing that you catch from a person? Andres. Andres.
Teacher,
Yes.
uh,
So I'm gonna repeat the question. What is the first thing that catch your attention when you see someone or when you interact with someone? Personality, talking.
maybe the personality
Yeah.
and the someone is not shy and he or she likes to talk to me. Or yeah,
So that's interesting for you. Someone that is expressive. maybe. Okay. Wilmer, Wilder, pardon. My God, sorry. Wilder. So
Okay,
what?
Miss. What makes someone interesting for me is her personality. Oh, its personality and her is stability emotional. Yes, it say that.
Okay,
Says así.
emotional
Emotional
stability.
stability. Yes, because when some person that have a emotional stability is incredible is wonderfully it's amazing, and when each person talks, I I feel that it's it's smart, is intelligent, and yeah, I think that it makes interesting.
Okay, good. Mari, do you want to talk? Alejandra, do you want to talk? You don't want to talk? Okay. Wait 1 second. So, for me, what catch my attention from someone is the way that that person express himself according to the circumstances or the moment that we're at. Like if we're at a job, if he's um, you know, not maybe not confident, yeah, which is confidence. Gotta be a person that is confident about itself, that has, as you were saying, mental stability, emotional stability. Also, a person that um, is studious, which means that is smart, like have different things to share with me or different opinions, and we could debate. That's something that I catch my attention and make someone's for me interesting. So, how do you? Okay, what habits do you have now that are shaping the future of yourself? What do you think is a habit of you that is gonna come well and is gonna be in the future as well?
The habits I have is read a book, okay, and every night I read a book, and I think that read it I shaped my future, my my way of think, and yes, this is my habit. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for example, for me, I have the habit of listening to music in English and watching
Oh,
series
me
in
too,
English.
me too. What's your
So that
singer favorite?
my favorite singer is a band, the Chainsmokers, the Neighborhoods, and Arctic Monkeys. Those are my three bands that I love the most.
Okay.
Actually, last day I want to share with you this. Last day I was listening to music when I was coming in the bus, and I figured out that um the song that made me learn English was this one, because I used to One Republic, because I used to copy the lyrics in a book and then repeat it. Have you ever listened to this song?
Lately, Yes, teacher.
Oh yes, I listen and I
dreaming
like it.
about things that we
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, so I used to do a lot of like trying to transfer the words, the lyrics to a paper, and then I start studying English. So yeah, I don't know why we're talking about that, but Yeah. So, Andres, what habits of your do you have in your life? Do you
Maybe
yeah,
do exercise.
you work out?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. How long have you been working out? For how many years or months?
Maybe 1 year ago.
1 year ago, for from 1 year. Yeah, okay. That's good. Good. Alejandra, could you explain? Yeah, I'm gonna explain. So you gotta answer the questions. How do small habits
Me
shape the
sorry,
future?
está María Get Out, ¿dónde salió?
Ah, bueno, perfecto. So
Sí.
we're gonna, yeah, tell me.
No, me sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So we're gonna go to this YouTube video. We're gonna watch it and then we're gonna check what it's saying.
Welcome to 2018, Jaden. What's different? Nothing yet, I don't think. If you're like me and don't plan on doing anything extraordinary this year, but still want to spice things up, I have a few suggestions. You know me, living life on the edge. I'm exciting, I'm adventurous. Of course, the best way to make life more interesting is to induce a variable of surprise and the unknown. In 2017, I conducted my own Apple research. I just ate a bunch of apples. Here we go. I just got really curious one day. There's so many different types of apples, and I don't know jack rabbit about any of them. Did you know there's what the shit? Did you know there's 7,500 different varieties of apples? 200 in the US? Because that was the first time I actually Googled it. I didn't eat 7,500 apples last year, but every week when I went to the grocery store, I'd get a different type of apple I hadn't had before. So I'd be learning about a new apple every week. It sounds stupid, but shut up. I learned a lot about apples. You're such a vegan. So growing up, mom always got us either Fuji or Gala apples, which are some of the most common apples in the US. This is all just my own opinion and research, by the way. If you have a different opinion, good for you. Gala is pretty much the standard average apple. Nothing bad, but nothing fantastic. Fuji are a bit brighter in flavor and crisper, but they're both good standard apples to make a constant variable. Ha, see, I learned something in 7th grade science. Now, yes, this is happening.
Back again with another legit food review.
Golden Delicious are softer and less sweet than Fuji and have more of an applesauce taste. I'm aware of the irony in that description. Frips Pink or Pink Lady apples are firmer than Fuji but more tart. I don't like Red Delicious. They have a thick skin and mediocre flavor, and if you get a bad one, they're super gross and spongy. Everyone knows Granny Smith. She's green and tart. Sugar Bees are a lot crisper than Fuji, and like the name suggests, super sweet. A top tier apple. Envy tastes pretty much like Sugar Bee. Call me apple racist. Jazz apples were a disappointment, mainly because I thought the name was cool and the grocery store had a fun little name tag for them. They didn't taste all that great. Ruby Frosts. No, wait, I'll go faster. Have thick skin and they're kind of sour, but not as much as Granny Smith. Pacific Rose are my favorite and the best apple. If anyone tries to tell you there's a better apple, they're probably right because they only tried like 15 out of the 7,500 varieties, which is like 0.2%. But these are the ones I buy all the time now. Honeycrisp apples are crisp. Nah, they're good, but they're more expensive. Peru apples are really crunchy and taste like a weak Gala. Rockets are super small and have a unique aftertaste. Macintosh are surprisingly super soft and sweet and taste nothing like a computer. Braeburn, also known as the worst apple to ever be genetically created. I tried it for the first time and was like, ugh, ew, whoa, what the freak? Like, it's trying to be sweet, but also tart at the same time, and it's like, just pick one, you're just a dumb apple. Apparently, they were created by accident and are a hybrid of Granny Smith and Lady Hamilton, so they're not even supposed to exist. Jeez, Granny Smith, use protection. But, I mean, to give them credit, that's pretty progressive considering it was the 1950s. Apparently, Braeburn is also a My Little Pony character. Anyway, avoid at all costs. I hope all the Braeburn trees burn in a giant fire and rebirth into Pacific Rose ones. So now you're an apple master. Like me. Apple Research gave me something to look forward to each week and isn't very expensive since they're apples. I'm also currently running a similar experiment on mint gum flavors. If apples aren't good enough for you, then try doing something you normally wouldn't do. But not because you're a new and improved person, just to try and get a good story out of it. If you start trying to induce good stories, eventually you'll get one. When I was still in college, I had to take a service learning class where we had to earn 75 hours of service from some sort of internship without being paid. The one I chose, completely on my own, not because it was the closest to campus and I didn't have a car, was working as a teacher's aide at a children's Montessori. Don't know what a Montessori is? Me neither when I took the internship. It's a children's school where the teachers focus more on letting the kids learn things on their own more naturally than traditional teaching methods in elementary schools. Wait, Jaden, this sounds interesting. Can you explain a bit more? Nope, I'm moving on. So the main reason I chose the Montessori, not including the location, was because kids are funny. And there would be some great stories to come from babysitting a classroom of kindergarten to third graders 6 hours a week for a whole semester. I applied to the Montessori and scheduled an interview. I've never had a real job before, so I was super nervous and didn't know what to expect. The head teacher, Miss Frizzy, which isn't her real name, greeted me. Actually, no, first, I didn't know where the front door was. I went up to the door that I thought was the entrance, but it was locked. So I called the number they gave me and they said just go through the gate. And I didn't know where the gate was, but it ended up being around the side of the building and the gates were all closed. So I thought I'd have to hop the fence to get into the school, but it would look super sketchy to see a college student hopping a gate to force their way into a children's Montessori. But I figured it out. So I met Miss Frizzy, but not in our own room. It was in the middle of the kids' class time when they were all running around with books and puzzles. She was like, "Hey there, nice to meet ya," and pulled out a kid's chair because they didn't have anything else. I sat down and my knees crunched up to my chin. It was a lot more casual than I thought it was gonna be, and probably should have been. There was one part where she was like, "Do you have first aid training? You legally need to have that if you want to work with children." And I will not confirm nor deny the possible first aid training in question, but yeah, we might have brushed over that one. Anyway, I got the internship, arrived the first day, and no one told me what to do. I was like, "Hi, how can I help? And also, how does everything work? Because I know nothing." "Oh, yeah, just help the kids if they need help." Oh, okay then. For the majority of the internship, I was stressed out and anxious because for 3 hours every time I went in, I felt like I had no purpose except walk around and smile at kids. Occasionally, I'd help one find a puzzle piece, but those were the exciting days. Also, 2 kids didn't even speak English. What am I supposed to do when a kid's crying? I ask what's wrong, and I get, "私の恐竜に噛まれて痛いよ。ほら、血が出てる。てか、どうして私の言ってることわかんないのよ。日本人でしょ?" For an hour, the kids would have lunch and then go outside to play, and that was more manageable because I just had to make sure none of them backflipped off swings or something dumb. I could also pass the time and prevent insanity by sweeping sand off the pavement. My favorite memory by far when I was there was when a kid got stuck in a bucket. We just hear, "Help! To help!" and look over to a kid, upside down turtle with his butt in a pail. Pathetic. So what can you take away from this video? Brayburn apples were an accidental hybrid love child of 2 apples, and kids are incompetent at life. See, with a few little tweaks, it isn't hard to spice up your life. Now, go out and get yourself a funny story. Also, one day at the Montessori, a kid pooped on the sidewalk. Happy practically end of January. Sorry I haven't been able to get more videos.
So, what do you catch in the video beside the stories that she got? What do you think it is the message?
Sorry, miss, can you repeat that again, please?
Yeah, what do you think is the message of the video?
The match?
Message.
Message. Ay, es que habla de todo. She's talking about all the job and oh my god. It's considered more important than I don't know what to say, miss. Sorry.
Don't worry. Don't worry. So I'm gonna give.
She talks about the job, she children, take care of children, and the
Children.
Miss Grading, una señorita la saludó, pero ese no era el nombre real, no me acuerdo el nombre de la Miss, and she's grading and presentation and like an interview for children. Yeah, take care children and
Children.
children, and yes, I remember that and the apples and the 2000 7,000, sorry.
Yeah. I believe the main idea of the video is that even talking about apples makes our perspective being interesting in the video. Like the way that she's talking, the way that she just talks about a complete whole universe about apples. I just knew two kind of apple, the green and the red one. And she just talked about 7,200 types of apples in the whole world. And I believe that's the point, right? Like, even though if you believe there is something regular or there is something small in your head just running around, if you have or if you're interested to figure out something, just go further because that's what eventually might makes life interesting when you learn something different, when you catch um, or when you get more knowledge about small stuff. Also, the second thing that she talks about is about taking decisions. Was her first job. She didn't have idea how to take care uh yeah children's from kindergarten. Like she had no idea how to start the job, but she eventually took the decision to just go and try. So I believe that's one of the most important things as well in life. Just take the decision, go forward and see what's gonna happen, but also try to get a plan. If the plan doesn't work, you just go ahead and take the consequences. But yeah, I believe that's the video what it's talking about. What makes your life being a little bit more interesting, the way that you expand your knowledge and the way that you take the decisions for yourself. So, as um, as last question, can an ordinary life or lives be extraordinary? Do you know the meaning about the difference between ordinary and extraordinary?
No means.
No? Okay. So ordinary is something simple, something easy to go. It's like the comfort zone, right? Extraordinary is the whole opposite thing, is the breakthrough, the comfort zone, try new things, expect something different. So do you think an an ordinary life, a simple life, can convert or can transform itself in an extraordinary life? Or can a simple person take extraordinary decisions?
Okay, Miss. I think that one person can decisions about the extraordinary. I think because all the day is not the same. Todos los días no es lo mismo. O sea, Miss, como digo, todos los días no es lo mismo. All the day is not the same.
Every day is not the same.
All the day is not the same, and yeah, all the day is not. You have the same routine, the same. Yes. Catch the idea, please. um, yeah, that yes. When a
Okay,
person
like
can.
everything is gonna be different every day. Like you have the chance to be different every day.
Yeah. Just,
Okay, good. Andres, does curiosity makes life richer? Do you think being a curious person makes yourself different? Well, richer? Richer not about money, richer knowledgely.
Richer is of in the brain.
Not Yeah, exactly. Like about your knowledge.
That's really like question. Yes, because the curiosity is more important for search more, and how do you say investigar,
Search
research, okay,
for.
and have how do you say critic think critic,
Constantly, often.
yeah,
So, what's your idea? I didn't get it. Sorry.
pensamiento crítico,
Critical. Critical thinking.
critical thinking, yeah,
Okay. Curiosity makes you have critical thinking. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Well, makes you have a whole idea of the situation and then you can get a rational decision. But yeah, I believe curiosity is what eventually makes yourself. Like if you're a curious person, you learn more. Why? Because you learn about mistakes and you learn about wins. So that's eventually curiosity. It's something like that. Some curiosity makes your life interesting. So thank you so much for coming to the conversation club. I'm gonna send you the attendance link for you to fill it up. I'm so sorry that today, maybe Wilder, you were with me before and you saw a different mood than today, but I'm just a little bit sick. My heart hurts, my brain hurts, and my throat. So I'm sorry if I'm not giving the 100% of myself. Thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate it, and that will be all. Thank you so much.
It's okay, miss, no problem. Also, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Don't forget the attendance. Bye, Andres. Bye, Wilder.
Bye, miss.
Bye bye.